I want to thank you all for coming, first of all. My name is Kellyanne Icaboni. I am the current president of the Lions Club in Hubbardston, which is also called the King Lion, whether you're a boy or a girl. And we always start our Lions Club meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, so I thought it would be appropriate if we did that now. So could you all stand, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So again, thank you for coming to the dedication ceremony. This is a really important day for us. A very special day for the town, much like the addition of the bandstand, which was built by members of the Lions Club in 1992, and it's often referred to as the heart of Hubbardston. The addition of the Pavilion will continue to enhance and beautify our community spaces. As you know, the recreation field is a gathering spot for families, seniors, homeschool groups, walkers, seasonal sports, to name a few. So we built the Pavilion knowing visitors would now have a dedicated gathering space to relax and enjoy our beautiful town. We recently hosted our annual field day here and even overheard people talking about this would be a wonderful space to have a wedding ceremony and reception here. So we were excited to hear that people are already talking about, how they would be using this space. We are excited to see it in use, and in the spring we are going to be adding picnic tables, some of which are specifically built to accommodate wheelchairs. So it will be compliant and make this project complete. The Pavilion represents the largest service project that the Lions Club has ever undertaken, with preparation and construction of this 24 by 36 pavilion taking about 10 weeks to complete. Most all of our 49 members have participated in some way, whether it be standing boards, standing beams, or helping raise the structure. If we have any Hubbardston Lions Club members, please stand so you can be recognized. We appreciate We also have Barry Allman of the Barry Lions Club here today. He actually serves as the zone chair for our district, and we thank you for coming. We appreciate that. I'd like to recognize and introduce Lion Jay Girton, sort of the brainchild behind this project. He approached our club back in February with his vision of building this pavilion here at the rec field. So, Jay, would you like to say a few words?
I guess so. This isn't my normal jam. I'm going to try not to read right off the page here, but if I do, I'm sorry. Thanks for coming out today. I know a lot of you would rather be watching Patriots play, but Tom Brady's not out there, so we'll just wait a little bit. I do want to thank you for allowing me to talk for a few minutes about how this idea was originated. Like many of you and a lot of other families in town, I spent a lot of time up here over the years in the field, coaching my kids in soccer, spanning about 10 seasons worth of games and practices and whatnot up here. Worked with the Parks Commission and Sandow on a lot of things up here. Over those years, then attending and then later working field day with the Lions. You end up spending just a lot of time up here and coming to really appreciate these fields. And there's several other events. I can't possibly name them all. There was a 250th up here that was pretty great a couple of years ago. Many in town have similar stories, and we watched our families grow and change. Laugh, cry, support one another, make friends, and whether it's soccer, baseball, or both in my case, you watch your kids go from the little fields and they work their way up to these bigger fields, and it's just while you're doing it, you're forming bonds with other parents. and cheering those teams on. So most of the friends I have today, I met up here. So the power this field has to bring people together, I just think it's awesome. It's been pretty great. All the events that we've had, we've really been able to make a lot of connections over the years. Every year when we set up for field day, we would put a tent up for the chicken barbecue right here. And it wasn't until I got more involved with chicken barbecue and I was working that event every year that I got to see like how important that tent was. You know, people come under here just to get out of the sun for a little bit, or to take a break, feed a baby, whatever it is. Just it became a place that people could go to and get out of the sun, unlike most of you today. But I remember a few years ago thinking, that tent, it would be good if it was permanent, and a pavilion would just be perfect up here, right in this spot. So it took a couple of years of marinating with that idea and those thoughts, and sprinkling that idea around a little bit to a few different people and getting reactions before we decided to act on it all. What I really liked the idea of it being a Lions project where the club would all be involved in it was really appealing to me. I was hopeful that we could leave our mark in a way Lions before us had shown possible with the bandstand. Also, what a wonderful way to give back to the fields that have given us so much. So I knew, thinking about it, it was kind of at that point where I realized, this project was going to mean a lot to me, and I wanted to kind of press forward with it. I wasn't really sure how much I wanted to be involved in it, but here I am. So I wish Jason was here. He's not here today, but he says I cornered him at a meat raffle back in January. We were, I don't know, maybe I did, but he's into timber framing, and I said, hey, let's, what do you think about building a pavilion uptown? And he was all over it. Like, he got wicked excited about it. Like, Corey could probably attest to how excited Jason gets. He was like, yeah, we should do that. It was awesome. It was great. We were off and running after the idea. I mentioned to him in January we had another meat raffle. By the way, the first Friday in January, February, March, and April. Got you plugged in here. We were off and running after that. We came up here, and I remember tracing out, shuffling along up here, tracing out the area where we thought it would be. Standing up on the bandstand, taking a picture out over this area, trying to see, what it would look like, what it would be. And we took an old timber frame structure that he had done and put it on, photoshopped it onto those pictures, and created a flyer for the club that we were going to bring to the club. We did approach the club that next meeting, early February, and said we wanted to build a 16 by 24 pavilion. We had kind of the early thoughts of a plan, and scratched out some numbers that we thought would be there, and we just kind of sat back and waited for the response. There was a lot of questions, some discussion, but the more we talked about it, the more I could see the interest in the faces in front of me that was building. These guys were just, they just, right from that moment, they started to accept the idea of this and wanted to get involved with it. What really sealed it was Sam raises his hand. He says, I like it, but it needs to be bigger. We agree, Sam. We agree. So after that meeting, a small committee of us kind of formed. We met a few times and we picked a direction, and we were off and running. Fast forward several months, lots of conversations, texts, emails, spreadsheets. This thing, we had picked up a lot of steam, and that week before field day, we were up here raising this thing. It was pretty incredible. Piece by piece, we helped put it together. Slowly and surely, we all fell in love with this structure that stands in front of you today. So I need to. I want to thank and acknowledge a lot of the people that were that really made it happen. Unfortunately, Jason's up in Maine. He had to work on he had to move on to another job. Luckily, his family's here today. he led this build, with his experience in timber framing. He was the guy that was going to get us there. So what I didn't know, and what we witnessed firsthand, is kind of his love for the process. He really appreciates everything that goes into building a structure, and it's just in him. It comes out of him. You have to witness it to see just what it means to him. We also found a patient man and a steady leader. He's just a really good guy. He was eager to pass along his timber framing methods and traditions, all while allowing us to actually do the work. I know Brian was psyched to use that big saw. Big old saw. We had this massive planer. We're planing on these beams down that were all rough sawn, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And so for a man to let you use his huge tools like that, I mean, this is a good guy. So he's pretty good. So, anyways, I guess sidetracked here. One of the reasons I think it worked out so well with Jason is he understood that we wanted to make this a club project. We wanted to have people involved, and he did that all while keeping all this straight in his head. We had a drawn-up plan, but all these dimensions that he had to figure out, and he kept in his head and some notes on his phone, but he really kept it straight pretty well, all while he's helping, showing us how to, cut mortise and tenons and where to drill holes or not drill holes, and whatever else. So really, just an incredible work. I just want to say thank you to Jason. This pavilion is going to stand a long time because of him. So another person. They say, if you want to be successful, you got to surround yourself with good people, right? So Jason was one of them. That was, I trusted he knew what he was doing. I had no idea how great it was going to be. But the other person that really stepped up was Ed Blanchard. I was dangerous enough to have this idea and put some, make some flyers and get people interested and go to the town. But I was in way over my head. I really hadn't led a job like this before. Ed was down in Florida when we started this, and he came up. He was excited down in Florida, and he was talking to us about the fundraising, and I knew he'd be great at that. Because I don't know if you've met Ed before, but he's a pretty persuasive guy. He's pretty good like that. But we reached a point somewhere like May or June where we were kind of waiting for this engineer who was moving at a glacial pace. Like it just wasn't happening fast enough for us, and I wasn't pushing hard enough, I think. And Ed saw a need where an opportunity where he could step in and really help out and give me a kick in the butt. And he's really good knowing when to step in, and he knew he could be useful, and he really took over. And like the site work and the concrete, and he really helped us set a schedule and goal. Our goal was to have this up and finished for a field day. So Ed, he got that schedule, and he just pressed the schedule. It was like, we got to do this, we got to get this done. We need to have this site work done. Let's get the concrete going. Let's get the wood here. And when can we do it? And it was what we needed. It was welcome. So, 3 a.m. emails I was getting. I sleep. Sorry. It became a mission for him. He got his part. This part of the project that he took on. He got it done in time to set the project up to be successful and hit the goal. Somewhere after that, you saw that the labor and craftsmanship on the frame was going to take a lot of time and effort and labor. And the guy that knew when to step in and push also knew when to step back and let us do it. So it was good. Can you grab that water?
Oh yeah, sorry.
We didn't exactly hit our goal of being fully done at field day, but we had the chicken barbecue under here. We had everybody under here. It was a great day. It was wonderful to have it up and to be at that point. And we wouldn't have been at that point if it wasn't for Ed's persistence and drive and determination. And thank you, Ed, for it just can't be overstated what he means to the project. I just also want to say thank you to each and every Lion for supporting the project and their dedication to this community. It's really amazing, how everybody came together and hopped in and helped out wherever they could, however they could. It was pretty cool to see. A few notables: Rick and Joyce Green. Thank you for letting us use the farm, for being up here on the roof with us and the bucket truck, and just being there every step of the way, staining, sealing, whatever it took. Rick and Joyce were there, and we really appreciate it. Brad Sanborn is somebody I hadn't really met before this. He's in the club. I know he was there. There's 40 of us. You don't always get to sit next to one another, and we don't get a great opportunity to be social sometimes. And I spent a lot of time, because Brad was up here every day, up at the farm every day, here every day. I'm not going to try and give away your age or anything, but I had to take him off the roof like 3 times. Like he's just doesn't stop. I hope when I'm whatever age you are, I'm half as agile. Steve Smith was another one who was up here all the time working, doing everything he could to help out. He's helped us keep track of a lot of the details behind the scene, but I'm not sure when he was up at the farm, he liked to talk a lot. He liked to ask a lot of questions. He might have been, he might have learned a lot up there, but I'm still not sure what he knew what he was getting himself into until we started raising this thing, and I could see on his face that it blew him away. And ever since that raising day, he's been up here. He was already helping already before that, but taking pictures, documenting it, making sure everybody in the club knew what was going on. Wonderful help. Chris Berner was up here. He donated all these rafters, and he was up here, helped with his truck to lift them up there. He lent us his crew for a day to help put the roof boards on. Just a great guy, and yet another case of someone who, if he didn't help us out, we just weren't going to hit the day. We really appreciate that. Rich Clapham, the day that we raised this, he was here with his truck, saved my back. Thank you. That's one thing we learned through this is I'm not 25 anymore. I started getting handled with beans, and they hit back. So. Kelly, thank you for all your patience and understanding and talking and leadership. It's been she's been a big part of it also. And Patty with the communicating to the club and helping out. It's great. Sam, I got a great picture of Sam digging a trench right here. He looks just like a little kid in the playground, just working that machine. He's so happy. I love it. So thanks, Sam, for all your help up here. It's been great. Mark Freiberg, I don't know if I saw him here, but there he is, climbing around on the roof quite a bit. Without Mark, we wouldn't have got this roof put together. He's like a little kid up here too. It was great. Brian and Cassandra, I know, spent a lot of time, a lot of effort. Thanks for coming to the initial meetings, helped giving me props. It was great. And then there's the beer man coming in clutch on the day we raised. Showed up on time with the right mix for us. So it was great.
Thank you, guys.
Peg and Pete Alto, great, giving up their weekend mornings to come help Stain and help out up there too. We really appreciate that. I could name everybody in the club, but I got to stop somewhere. But the town of Hubbardston, thank you for letting us do this up here, letting us put this in, and kind of, you said like we can't be involved. We're just going to step out of the way. You guys do your thing, and you did. You stepped out of the way. When we were at the trucks up here and we're making ruts, there wasn't a peep. There wasn't a, what are you doing? What's going on? It was. You might have been thinking it. You might have been a little nervous, but it was cleaned up really good the other day. The rain got us. Mr. Lanciani, the building inspector, was quick and great with the building permit. It was great. And Rick Daypray was the general contractor who put his license on it. He let us use his license on the project, and it was really great. So every time I drive by or I don't get close to this thing, I get this wow, like I just can't believe we did this. Like it's just really great. Something that was kind of a passing thought, years ago or for a while, it just has become this pavilion that we have today, and it blows me away. It's an incredible structure. I know what went into it by all the different people and myself, and I just love it. I can't wait to see other people coming up using this facility, this pavilion, to make their own memories and do their own things. So thank you for giving me the chance to say how proud I am of the Hubbardston Lions Club, and how happy I am for the town to receive this. And how much better I'm sleeping at night now that I know that.
So, like Jay said, the project would not have been possible without the hard work and dedication from every member of the Lions Club, their families, and the generosity of many individuals and businesses in our community who helped make this project possible. And I would like to introduce Ed Blanchard, and he's going to read the list of the donors. Excellent, thank you.
I'm going to try and keep this short so you can make halftime of the game.
Sorry.
The Hubbardston Lions Club would like to thank all those who donated to this pavilion project. Without our ARPA grant and $24,000 that was raised and all of the material donations that were made, this beautiful piece of art. We'd like to recognize all the donors now by reading their names in alphabetical order. If you know any of these businesses or people, please thank them personally. Pavilion donors: Anthony Liquors, Jim Kraskowskis; Barry Savings Bank Charitable Foundation, Paul Cranston, Brian Shirley, and Steve Brewer, who's here. Bay State Concrete, Ed Zukowski, who did the excavation of the foundation, Ed and Mary Blanchard. Ron Burton Training Village, Ron Burton Jr. E.L. Harvey and Sons. GFA Federal Credit Union. Gerard Fence, Pat Gerard. Dennis Gobar, who is Jason Gobar's father, spent many hours working on this project. Go Green Manufacturing, Kelly Iacoboni. Graves Construction and Concrete, Jim Fletcher. Greenland Farm, Rick and Joyce Green. Hub Equipment, Brian Handy. Hub Highway Department. Hubbardston Market, Annie Tadras. Hubbardston Police Association. Hubbardston Veterinary Clinic, Tom and Annette King. Leading Edge Attachment, McCarthy Bus, John McCarthy. Paper Crane Provisions, LLC. Paper King, Gary Arvanigian. Thank you. Perna Logging and Landscaping, Chris and Jenny Perna, who, as was said before, provided all the hemlock logs for us here, and two young lads to help with the roof. Rayborn Electric Corporation, providing all of the electrical work. Rand Whitney Container, LLC, in memory of Barbara Ramo, by her husband Ken Ramo. Richard and Kim Riato, Nancy Rogan, Rupture Duck, Bill Shea. Salvador Chevrolet, Sawmill Number 7, Randy and Rosemary Southwood, providing all of these cross pieces done in cherry and all milled out, just beautiful. Sharp Image, Brian LaRoche, Donna and Bill Shea. Larry Stoddard, who did a majority of the backfilling and landscaping of the ground. Stuart and Jane Wiseman, Paul and Brenda Wormy, Westville Farm, Capri Cheese. Bruce Westland, And last but not least, in memory of Joanne Westland, by her students and friends, coordinated by Barbara Bodwin, and Joanne's husband here, Bruce, is here, her 2 sons and families here today, and she was quite a lady. She taught both my kids in 1st grade, and she started teaching late in her career, but she made a tremendous mark on every student she had. So with that, if you give an applause to all of these people.
The Lions Club isn't usually about recognition. You don't hear us bragging about the things we do. We sort of go around and just do things in stealth mode. But one thing we do is recognize our members when they have done an outstanding job. And we wanted to present this plaque to Jay Girton. It reads, "For designing, building, and managing the Hubbardston Lions Club Pavilion project. First used at Field Day 2023. Dedicated to the town of Hubbardston on October 1st, 2023. For a job well done, a building for now and future generations to enjoy, continuing Lions legacy in Hubbardston. Thank you, the Hubbardston Lions Club." We do have one also for Jay Gobar, but he could not, as Jay said, could not be here today because he's actually working. So, we wanted to recognize the select board. Katie Young is here, as is Chris Corrego, who is also a Hubbardston Lions Club member. And Katie is a woman of few words, but I think you have a few things to say.
Yes.
Right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll make this very quick. No. All right. So Jeff Williams couldn't make it, but he did very kindly sign this certificate of appreciation. This looks gorgeous. You all did an absolutely fabulous job. This is just another feather in the hat of the town of Hubbardston's crowning jewel of the rec field. This is a perfect addition, and on behalf of the town, all of our citizens, the select board, and everybody else, I want to say a huge thank you and present you guys with this certificate. It's the least we could do. Okay? Do you have anything you want to add to that stunning?
Just a great job.
Yeah, I have one.
You know, it's nice when a group of people who don't have to do something for your town, they go out and they do it, you know? And I wear 2 hats. I'm on the select board and the Lions. And the merger of those groups and everyone involved to make this happen, quite a thing. Quite a thing. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes. So today we proudly hand over the key to the town of Hubbardston, donating the pavilion to the town for generations of families to enjoy, continue to leave a Lions legacy in our special town, and an affirmation that the Lions Club represents our slogan, which is "We Serve." So we have handed over the key to them to proudly
Here you go, Chris. Hold on to the key. We're not letting it go. You want to cut it?
You
sure?
You own it.
You got the key. All right, I got the key. There we go.
Again, thank you all for coming, and we wanted to end with, please join in. Joyce Green is going to lead God Bless America, and if you feel you would enjoy singing or lip sync, that's either or, but if you could stand, and we're going to sing God Bless America, and then God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white